In this training session, we're going to cover the use of favorites within the Gorilla Marketplace. Favorites are used to capture frequently used items so that it's easier for a shopper to do repetitive type shopping. By clicking on the Favorites tab, you'll see that we have two types of favorites. We have personal favorites, which are for the shopper to use. We have shared favorites, which are provided by the purchasing office for all users on campus. In this case, I've already set up a cart to Cartridge King with one item. I access that cart by clicking on the Cart tab in the upper right hand corner. You'll see that I have a cartridge in the cart. By clicking on Add to Favorites, I can take that item and put it into my office supply file under my personal favorites. Now, if I go look at my favorites, you'll notice within the office supply file that here's my cartridge. I loaded a cartridge earlier, so if I need to remove one of these items, I simply click on the box next to the item and click Delete. To put an item into a cart from the favorites, we simply go to the Carts tab, to the Draft Carts, and I'm going to go ahead and create a cart. Here's the name that the Gorilla Marketplace assigned, but I want to put in my own name. So I'm going to put Osei, and this is my March 2012 bill. So there's my cart. Now I go back to favorites. I go to the copier file that I have set up. Here's my copier rental. I simply go over, click here, add it to the cart, and you'll notice it says one item added, view cart. I can either click here or I can click on the Carts tab to view the cart. If I click here, you'll notice my cart now has one item in it. So it's that easy to add items from the favorites or add items into the favorites. The other way to work with favorites is to go to a requisition that you've already processed or even a purchase order and put an item from an existing requisition or a purchase order into the favorites, or take an item from the favorites and add it into an already existing cart. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on a requisition that I've already processed, and it's already been approved. I can tell by this green check mark it says completed. I can go down here to the item, check the box next to the item, come up to the drop down where it says add to favorites, and there's other options there also. You can also add that item to an active cart. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add it to a favorite, and I simply click go. I tell it which cart that I want to put the item into, and I click submit. If I go back to my favorites, again you'll notice that the item's been added to my favorites right here. If I needed to add it to a cart, again I could come over here, click on the check box and add to a cart, and then I could choose which cart that I wanted to add it to. Favorites are very handy when dealing with repetitive purchases or purchases where you have items that you don't want to do the entry again, and you've already done it in another cart. You've already put the item in another cart. If you have any questions about favorites, feel free to contact the purchasing office and we'll do additional training at your desktop. This concludes this training video. Thank you.